Yo, welcome back to Everyday American, man. Who we got on the show, gang?
Hey, got Andreas.
Yeah, Andreas, man. Yo, this is one of my coworkers, one of the coolest people you ever gonna meet. Andreas, how about you tell us about yourself, man?
Not much, I'm 25 years young, about a year into my apprenticeship here. Actually, more like 6 months, but like same thing, I guess. Not a whole lot right now, just trying to stay fit, not trying to let my body get broken down by the job.
How you stay fit, man? How you stay fit?
I just try to eat decent and force myself to hit the gym at least once a day, which is probably more than most people I know, but I've been really trying to these last couple weeks.
All right, all right, gang. Do you have like a set routine that you do when you're at the gym?
Nah, just more or less just going for 20 minutes because I know that I'm not going to want to be there all day. And that's the only way that I can convince myself to actually go is if I say 20 minutes in and out, straight to the machines. Either do chest, either do back, either do legs, but 20 minutes and I'm gone. That way I can go about my day and not have to dread going to the gym.
Mm, mm. Yo, I appreciate that, man. So I'm gonna ask you though, what do you think about today's society, man? None too political, none too religious. Just your general overview on today's world. Do you think that we've lost humanity?
I would say in a way, but in another way, I feel like if you focus too much on the negative, you'll be consumed by it. People who want to be mindless and follow along with what they see in their day to day, those probably are going to fall victim to the system that's taken over. But I think if you take things one step at a time, go day by day, and not let yourself be consumed by the little devices that we got in our pockets
Mm-hmm.
24/7, which is crazy to me that that's normal now. I think about that all the time, but I'm like, I really carry around this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
When back when I was a kid, I'd be like, that wasn't a thing. Which is why I get rid of social media. I think it's all toxic. The 1% that's actually good and useful, you know, is too much of a consequence to all the negative stuff you're consuming and how it changes how your brain works. It's a whole thing, but it really does help to cleanse yourself of that, even if it's just for a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I've gotten lucky that I've been able to just get off of it for almost basically a year by at this point.
Mm.
And I
So
feel
in
pretty good about it.
in your view, you feel like social media doesn't help. Like people rely too much on social media. Is that what you're saying?
I feel like it just adds to the already depressing world that we live in, where
Mm-hmm.
everybody's comparing themselves to others, and people are putting out an image of themselves that is 100% fake.
Mm-hmm.
It's either you're celebrities or you're just your boy down the street,
Mm-hmm.
but they're all more or less putting out a fake image of who they actually are. It's and it really makes you think about, oh well, if they're out there doing this, why am I not doing that?
Mm-hmm.
They're going out to eat at fancy restaurants 5 times a day. Well, what am I doing wrong? I can barely afford to get groceries.
Mm-hmm.
But there's little things like that that add up, even though you're not maybe consciously
Mm-hmm.
feeling affected by it, but it does get to you, even if it's subconsciously.
Mm-hmm. Do you think hard work is dead in America?
Hard work?
Yeah.
No. I think I think the idea of what hard work was before, like 20 years ago, is different than it is now. But I mean, I definitely got to put respect on people who work their asses off week to week that make probably half what you would have made 20 years ago. You know, the fact that people keep pushing, I mean, that tells you there's still plenty of hard-working people out there.
All right. What do you think about feminism, B?
I mean,
Just speak your
the
mind,
idea
man.
was there, but I mean, I can't say for what it's become. You know,
What do you think it's become now?
well, it's one of those things where it just gets. You know, there's the baseline of what feminism is and what it should be, which I have to think that a majority of anybody would be able to say, yeah, that makes sense. We should be treated equally, whatever. It's the taking it the step too far to where now you're trying to justify somehow being better than somebody else. That it's like, well, now you're just going the opposite way with it. And just for an example, in movies and TV, it's happened often that the female leads or female characters are written in a way to where they're only powerful and strong because they're not a man, and that's like almost the basis for why they're better. Not because they themselves are actually good characters, but because they're not a man. So, like, that's just one of the things that's kind of like, well, we kind of lost the plot here. I don't know if that's feminism anymore. You know.
All right, B, let me ask you one last question before we get off. What do you think about loyalty in a relationship? And it's two questions in one. Loyalty in a relationship, and should your girlfriend be allowed to have male friends?
I mean, my girlfriend has male friends. I got no problem with it. I mean, as long as they respect their boundaries, and I mean, I'm all for it. I think it's healthy to have friendships, relationships, you know, with the opposite sex. Obviously, there has to be loyalty for you to trust that they're not doing something else, you know, taking it a step too far, but it's just a gamble you gotta take. You know, you're not gonna have loyalty, and it just doesn't work. You just kind of have to have faith that the person is being loyal. Otherwise, you're gonna drive yourself crazy, and that's not healthy.
All right, man. I appreciate your gang. You know what I'm saying? You one of my guys, one of the nicest people I know. Y'all, this is Andreas, man. We've come to the end of this interview, though. Please like, share, comment,
Yeah, subscribe.
subscribe to Everyday American. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Cheers, bro.